Hey, welcome to our live broadcast talking more about yoga teacher training, and all of that. I'm Ashley. If you're unfamiliar with who I am one of the teacher trainers that will be helping lead our June 200-hour yoga training. And before I get started in our topic, I did want to mention that our 200-hour yoga training, Alley Cat Yoga's very first one is in June. And so if you are unaware of that, please look into it. It's going to be amazing. And it's an intensive. So it starts June 8th and runs through June 27th or 28th. And more information is on the website. We do have an early bird deadline, which is April 30th. So pretty much a month away, or just over a month away, to get yourself signed up and save $400. So make sure that you check it out. And if you have questions, reach out to either me or Dave or someone around in the Alley Cat community to help you out with that. So today we're talking about yoga training beyond the poses. So oftentimes you'll sign up for a yoga training, or maybe if you're like me, when I first did yoga training, I signed up because I thought I was just learning how to teach. And I thought I was just learning poses and how to cue and how to sequence, which right now I'm actually really, really good at sequencing and cueing and all of that. And that was something I really struggled with before. However, yoga trainings, and I've been to multiple trainings, have taught me so much more than just how to teach. That's pretty much the basics. That's what you're going to leave with at least, but hopefully so much more than that. And I want to share with you some of the little challenges and lifestyle things that we're going to be doing through our training to help you on your own life path, not just as a teacher, but as a yogi. Many people take yoga teacher training without ever actually wanting to teach, or they come into it just wanting to deepen their practice, because honestly, there's not really any programs or trainings out there for just those who want to deepen their practice. It's really just teacher training or attending classes. So if you want to dive deeper, oftentimes people will take trainings just to deepen the practice, but we'll find sometimes eventually that they actually want to teach, which is cool too. So you can do a training either way. However, you're going to learn to teach. That's one of Dave and I's kind of specialties, is really getting out there in front of people and teaching. And so you're going to learn how to do that. Beyond that, what we're going to do with just ourselves is a lot of communication work with each other. Many of you probably haven't done a lot of work in intimate relating, communication type stuff, and that's something I'm actually working on a lot recently, is learning how to communicate in a more, it's like an intimate way where you can get closer in your relationships. And so that's going to be part of it. And but there's going to be even simpler things than that can help change your lives. And it's often the simple things done consistently that help in the long term or in the long run. So if you do these little things, it can have profound effects, such as, just taking a few deep breaths, or such as in the morning, or if you're feeling overwhelmed, or maybe it's doing a little bit of movement every single morning, which is something that I've been doing for most of my life. But here are some things I'll share with you. I got some props here to show you that we'll be doing. First of all, I do want to show you too my teacher training notebook from the past, from my 200-hour. If I'm ever looking for inspiration, I open it up and read part of it. And I would say less than half of this notebook is filled with yoga poses and how to do them, and more of it with life stuff, with book reviews, with final project brainstorming, with thoughts, with journaling, with so much. So I just open it up, and even right here, we talked about the Tao Te Ching and how the breath is not everything in your yoga practice. So just opening it up and looking at something. And so if you're a note taker, you're going to get so much out of this. I'm a note taker, as you can tell. If you're not, just, keep practicing, keep doing it. Okay, so a lot of what we learned in our teacher training, and what we're also going to be providing to you, are lifestyle type things that come from this book that's required for us to read or just to page through. It's called the Yamas and Niyamas. However, I like to do the Yamas and Niyamas in a way that's not so yogi, I guess, or it doesn't seem like it's just all about yoga. It's actually just more about your life. And doing little challenges that relate to the yamas and niyamas, but don't specifically use the Sanskrit terms. For instance, there will be one on simplifying. So finding a simple way or a way to simplify your life. Maybe it's even, you could even think, oh, my phone is terrible. You could even think of like cleaning up your iPhone apps as a way of simplifying. And that relates to the yama or the niyama of saucha, or cleanliness or purity of mind, body, and spirit. But it doesn't necessarily, you don't always have to use those words. So the yamas and niyamas are things like nonviolence. That means to yourself and to others. So nonviolence for us will have a challenge in there that you take a bracelet, put it on your wrist, and it's called the non-judgment bracelet or non-complaint bracelet or non-gossiping, which all of those are being nonviolent to yourself and others. So let's say we do non-judgment. So we're not labeling, we're not comparing, we're not calling things good or bad. If you find yourself doing one of those things, saying, oh, the weather really sucks or something like that, you'll acknowledge it and then switch wrists and be like, okay, so we're going to try to not judge or complain. And so that's kind of one of our little things that we do, and that, it does relate to non-violence, also non-stealing. So you're not stealing energy from people, non-excess, non-possessiveness. We've got purity, contentment, self-discipline, self-study, and surrender. Like even self-discipline, we're going to be, practicing every day, which is going to discipline your body and mind. So if you want to pick this up, you can read it, but we do have a lot of little challenges that relate, but maybe don't seem directly, but when you read it, you're like, oh, okay, like this does, everything connects together. Another one that we do that I really like comes from American Power Yoga, where Dave and I were trained, and it's called the Dot Challenge. And it's pretty simple. You take these dots. I have a bunch of these, by the way. If you want to just contact me to mail you one of these, I can. So just send me your mailing address and I can send you these. I'd be happy to, because they are so helpful. So if this is something that you want, okay, I'll tell you how to use them. So the blue dots you would place in places, in fact, like your cell phone or your computer or your journal or your car. Blue dots you place in places where you want to have a reminder to take a deep breath. So every time you see one of these, and you can even write on it like breathe or something, you take a deep breath. The red ones are to remind you to sit up tall and check your posture, to engage and lift. And so every time you see a red one, whether you're sitting at your desk or your car would be a great place, is to sit up tall and live that good posture life, because your posture can really help your core strength, your mood, really everything. And then the yellow ones are for smiling. So if you have this habit of RBF, if you know what RBF means, I don't know. That would look like more of a mad face, but more of like a face that doesn't seem very welcoming. And yes, that's okay to have, but you're going to find that when you smile, it kind of tricks your mind into believing and thinking that you're happy. And I am a big proponent of smiling. So I hope that you can take these yellow ones and smile a little bit more. It also is easier for you to connect with others if you are smiling, because it's more welcoming than if you were to be stone-faced. Of course, if you don't want to connect with people, then don't use those. But anyway, the yellow ones are for smiling. So even if it's just a quick, I see it, smile, and just to remind you that you have a choice and happiness is a choice. It really is. So these ones are really fun. We'll have them at our training, pass them out probably the first day, and they're going to be really helpful in your life. And it does help to do one each week, like first work on breathing and then work on posture and then work on smiling. So one of those each week would be really nice to do, or one a month. I don't know. It depends on how fast or slow you want to go. And with anything, even through our yoga training, when you attend our training or any classes, you're never actually behind. You are going at the pace that you need to go in order to live, the life you need. So even if it seems like it might be a little overwhelming, this yoga training that you do, you're going to be just fine. And in my yoga trainings, and any of my, actually not just yoga, but I typically end up crying at every single one. And I'm just an emotional person. Sometimes it's like happiness, sometimes it's frustration, but I get past that, and the hardest things are often the most rewarding. So yoga training is definitely one of the most challenging things I've done, and I did it for myself. So you're going to find as you do yoga training, you're going to make these deep, deep friendships. You don't realize that the people you're around, you're spending so much time with, that you're going to become like family. And so not only are you going to learn yoga poses, yoga teaching, but you're going to do personal development, which is personal development and working with people development. And the one thing that really drew me to yoga compared to other fitness activities or routines, because I started with a DVD program, was that this specific DVD program, the one that I trained with the teacher, American Power Yoga, he made some DVDs. They're not available, which kind of stinks, but that's okay. Anyway, what I really loved about it was that personal development aspect. He gave daily challenges to help you in your everyday life, like making eye contact with strangers, or smiling, or breathing, or non-judgment, non-complaint. There was one, music of your youth. So listening to music that you used to when you were a kid. There were so many, finding beauty in unexpected places. So doing things that are very simple, but also very profound. And that's what really drew me into yoga, is realizing that it's so much more than just that physical stuff. Now, power yoga, of course, is going to train your body and your mind to empower you to feel powerful, of course. But beyond that, there's all these aspects of our training that do more mentally for you and make you feel empowered in another way besides just the physical stuff. So I can't wait to help you guys see and learn more of these things. There's so much that I can share with you, and I don't want to overwhelm you right now, but I hope this was helpful, and in telling you that, like, my notebook, like, there's so much to learn. There's like so much and it's so much fun. And you won't believe how much fun, how much of a difference it's going to make in your life. If you haven't been a person that does a lot of personal development and stuff, and you're not really into it, this can be a good way, just a little like push to get you interested in working on yourself for once. Maybe you're someone who has long started just focusing on others, and others are more important, your family, your kids, everything kind of gets distracting, and you haven't had time to work on yourself. This is an amazing opportunity. You work on yourself, but also learn to help others. And what's really helped me through some depression and some just not feeling so great is the ability to help others. And constantly, when I'm teaching, I'm constantly also reminding myself of these lessons, of these aspects of yoga that can help others. So in turn, it does help me. And so I'm excited for you guys to learn that. If you have any questions, please write a comment and we'll get back to you. If you are interested in this, please go to the website. You can sign up. And I hope to see you guys in June. And if I come back a little earlier, this is secret. I may be coming back in April very soon. And maybe it might merit a visit to Alicante. I don't know. I shouldn't say that. But I'm excited for June at least. And it's coming up really fast. So keep in mind that early bird deadline. Yes, it's definitely worth the investment. This is a life-changing thing. And I'm excited to work with you. I'll talk to you later. And Dave will be here on Friday at 10 o'clock, I believe. Yes. Okay. Bye.